What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your host, Billy here, and it's time to take it to the ring. All right, fight fans. So on this episode of Wrestlecap, we're going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite, and this is a great episode. So you may have already noticed Lexy wasn't here, and if you catch the Fight Kitties episode previous, about an hour ago, she's just not feeling too well, so she's taking the day off. Send those positive thoughts and prayers, and we wish her a speedy recovery. But that being said, let's get into it because this episode was a big deal. Not only did we have some really good matches, we got to see some plot twists, some different storylines, some fraction breaks, so some cool stuff. The night starts off with Jericho. He's coming out, he's center ring, and for the most part, he's apologizing for Sunday after Kingston beat him. He didn't shake his hand, and that's something he promised. So he asks Eddie to come out, and he kind of wants to make it up. You know, he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry. Let's do this right." So, hey, good morning, Joseph. Good morning. Good morning. So, so Kingston, he does come out, but he's got words. You know, he's not interested in the handshake, and he said, I wanted to win. I didn't do that fight because I wanted a handshake. I wanted to win, and he kind of gets into him. Really kind of chews them out and says, "Hey, you have some personal issues, obviously, because you not wanting to shake my hand shows that you have a problem. I don't have the problem." So Jericho thanks Kingston and, for one of the best matches that he's had in AEW, if not his entire career. And they shook hands, and it was a cool moment. You kind of see them hash it out. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Some good sportsmanship. But then all of a sudden, 2.0 and Garcia, they come running down the ramp, and this is just so uncalled for. I don't understand why they're coming out, and he's stomping like he's got beef. Man, like, look at this guy. He's bowed up like he's in a prison yard. But anyway, they get in there and they start fighting, and they go back and forth. And then Santana and Ortiz, they show up to kind of save the day, and they got a baseball bat in hand. They're ready to whoop some ass. They clean up, and they're sitting there. They're getting ready, and they have Garcia held down. They're holding him back, and they hand, I believe it was Ortiz, that gave Jericho the bat. And then Jericho just flips and starts attacking Santana and Ortiz with the bat. And it blew my mind. I was like, what is going on? So clearly he's flipped script and he's done with this. So Hager, he comes running out, and he is just totally confused. He said, what's going on? He's not sure what side to choose. Do I go with Jericho? But I like Santana. So he goes and drops Santana in the figure four. Or that was Garcia set in the figure four. So Hager just starts going around. He slams Ortiz out on the outside of the ring. Or Eddie Kingston into the table. Pardon me, guys. And it was just absolute chaos. It was really hard to follow. So Hager, he decides to flip. He's with Jericho all the way. And then, so he announces, this is Jericho. He comes out, and this is the Jericho Appreciation Society. And then just points to Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz just laid outside the ring. And it's like, that is the entertainment. And I was like, oh my gosh, it gives everybody the bird. And wow, what a crazy beginning. So it is official. Jericho earned his name as Judas, just like his song. Joseph, the whole scene was confusing at first, but yeah, I eventually got it. Yeah, see, I was confused too. I thought this was a cool moment with Eddie Kingston and him. I thought the heel turn was definitely going to come, and they got me. They tricked me. Good stuff. Wanted Garcia with Regal, though. Yeah, well, let's see how this goes. Like I said, this is a big change. So Jericho is officially the bad guy. He is Judas, just like his song. So we'll get into our first fight card of the night. We get a championship title match with Adam Page and Dante Martin. Now, right off the bat, we all kind of know what's going on. Adam Page is like fresh coming off of that match in on Sunday. So Dante is actually the youngest person to get a title match in AEW. So personally, I don't think he's ready to win the championship, but this was a great match, just some great practice for him. And he stepped up. He did really well. He has the ability, he has the talent to win. He just needs matches like this to improve and kind of find himself to get him to the next level. And once he meets that next level, I think he's all over championship. I think he has it. So the match starts, and Dante doesn't waste any time at all. He goes right into it, and he's a smart kid. He knows what to do. So he does a good job kind of avoiding Page, and he gets some nice high flying moves in. It's his specialty. There's a great shot. He just leaps right over Page. But Page is just too strong for him, man. Every time Dante was getting some speed and getting some momentum, Page would just nail him with a big clothesline or a big lariat. And then Page just caught him and gave him this nasty fireman takedown. And Dante was kind of really wobbly in the legs after that one. So this is really good. Like I said, Dante was doing great. He does this nice like knee kick from outside of the ring. He's outside, kicks in, and just catches the Cowboy right in the chin. Well placed. Beautiful stuff. So he gets it. It's some really good fight, Joseph. Yeah, Dante has improved a lot, but still has a long way to go. Only 21. See, I 100% agree with you, man. This, like I said, we all knew where this match was going to go, but it was definitely not a smash match. Dante did really, really well. He did his best. He got a couple great moves in, but mostly he was able to just try to counter and get out of the much stronger and much more experienced Adam Page. So towards the end, we all saw it coming. Page. Now remember, he was fighting on Sunday. I'll remind you guys. So him coming out was just impressive. He did a great showing, especially for you. You got to just think how sore this guy is. But he still set it in. We got to see the finisher, the buckshot lariat, takes out poor Dante, lays him out, and gets the win. And Dante tried to go in for the counter, but just ate it, man. He sat into it. So after the match, he asked Dante to come back. He's like, come on, get your ass back into the ring. Dante's walking off. He kind of has that sad face. I've nicknamed him, sad face Dante a couple times. But he kind of comes up and he has this little puppy dog look. And he comes back into the ring, and Page tells him, you're one of the hardest hitting, fastest moving guys I've wrestled. Keep it up. So it was a neat little throwback, and he gives him some props, and it was neat. It was good to see that. Like I said, he's got a ton of potential. I like seeing this. But then, of course, the other Adam, he shows up. Adam Cole. He tells him he got lucky on Sunday. I was like, come on, man. I don't know about that. I think he was the one that got lucky. Even with all the shenanigans, Dark Order had to come out and clean up that mess. He had Red Dragon out there trying to help him out. Still couldn't do it. Fun match, though. That was a good match. Definitely check that out. I don't want to poop all over. It was a good match. So Cole challenges him to a 6-man tag team match next week. And he tells him, I got my two guys. You can go find whatever 2 goons you want. You're not stopping me. I don't care what I have to do. I'm coming, and I'm gunning for you, Cole. So he got serious, and he kind of alluded to, it's like he's got some buddies. I was like, is he talking about Young Bucks? Is he talking about Red Dragon, or is he alluding to maybe some more ROH guys coming in? I don't know. Maybe some buddies from NXT. Who knows? Big tease. But next up, we got Bryan Danielson coming out with Jon Moxley and William Regal. Now, this is a tag team match versus JD Drake and Anthony Henry. Now, JD Drake has been in the last few matches. He was in a dark match the other week, and he's doing really good. He's got a lot of talent, so he's kind of hanging in there, putting his time in. But Danielson and Drake, they just kind of start off first, and Danielson is just kicking the shit out of Drake. And he's just sitting there like a bear taking it. I mean, it must have been 5 or 6 kicks. I mean, it was crazy. And he was just eating them. So he ends up coming back. Now Henry tags in and he tries to hit Bryan with some strikes, hit him with a few combinations here and there. But like Danielson, the American Dragon, it's almost like charging up his batteries. Every time you hit him, he just got stronger. And he's like kind of smiling. It's pretty cool. I love him. He's great. So Danielson, he sets in this very cool hold, flipping Henry up. And the name is I heard it a couple times. I can never get it right. But anyway, Moxley comes in when he's still in the hold and starts eating his face. Like, look at that. He's chewing on him and then follows up with this big chop, like right to his belly and just bellows through the entire stadium. It was some cool stuff. I mean, I love seeing them tag team up. It's some great stuff. Now, Bryan, he got the tap on Drake. He just couldn't hold out. He set in this great lock from behind. I think it was the label lock, and he did not hold on for very long. This was pretty much just a butt whooping all the way through. Moxley just coming in, bullying his way out. Danielson doing what he does best, tying him up. It was a great match. Now, after the match, Tony comes out and he's with William Regal, and the crowd just goes absolutely nuts. And it was great. I mean, this guy's a big deal. And it said it's been 29 years since him and Tony were on TBS together. So, we got a bunch of comments we can get to real quick. Joseph, yeah. Cole, I mean, he was absolutely livid. Yeah, he's not happy, man. He's got small man syndrome for sure. So he gets pissed off when he doesn't get his way. So, yeah, Regal will be a big influence backstage, right into management of Bryan and Moxley. Yeah, this is a huge deal. So he's mentored both of them, and when he comes out the center ring, he kind of gives us some of that backstory and history, and he says that Danielson is the world's greatest wrestler, and he's one of the best. And he is everything that William would be without, I guess, like some of the mistakes or challenges, vices that William may have had. Then turns over to Moxley and says, "Now, Moxley, you are the most sadistic and craziest wrestler that will always take it to that next level, no matter what it takes. And you know what it's like to deal with inner demons. And it's this really, really cool moment. And this is going to be big moving forward." So I love the fact that Moxley and Bryan Danielson were teaming up, and the fact that they have William Regal in as management as well. I think this is fantastic, and it's only going to do good things for AEW. So big things to come. I know you guys are excited. I'm excited. So backstage, right after this, we see Paige, and he's talking to the rest of Dark Order. And they're all asking him, it's like, "Oh, who are you going to pick for your match next week with Adam Cole? You got to pick 2 people." So he kind of he tells him, he's like, "Oh, he's real disappointing. Like, I just ran into Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and they already asked me. They want a piece of Young Bucks. They want some revenge. So I already picked them. I told them yes." And John Silver, he just looks really sad. He looked kind of hurt, but he's like, "Oh, it's okay. I had a class, he had," I think he just pointed to Udo, and he's like, "Oh, he's got yoga, we're all busy, no big deal." And they all kind of seemed very hurt and kind of faded off. So let's see if this starts some drama with Dark Order and Adam Page, maybe kind of stepping away. You really don't see him showing up when needed anyway, but they always got his back. So yeah, we'll see. Champions Circle, Page and Jurassic Express. Yeah, it's going to be a cool one. I think he's going to do well with them, because he's kind of the mix of the fast guy like Jungle Boy, and he has a lot of strength and power, just like Luchasaurus. So that's the right in between. It's almost like bam, bam, bam. That's going to be a great lineup. So we'll get right into the next fight card of the night. So we have Wheeler versus the Bastard Pack. So this is great. This is a really good match. We get to see Wheeler, who's great. He's got a lot of skill. He's still pretty fresh. He's still pretty new. We gotta give him credit for stepping in the ring with Pac. I gotta say, Pac is a badass. So for him to even take this match and go in, it shows that he's trying to prove himself and come up, and he's not afraid. So Yuta, he had a great recovery. He did fantastic. He got thrown out of the ring, but then grabbed the ropes, flipped back inside, and nailed this great German suplex. It was fantastic. It was such a nice recovery. But Pac, he came back. There it is. He with his German suplex of his own and just landed right into this beautiful bridge. It was great. But Wheeler was able to kick out on 2, so good for him. I mean, it's a big deal. It was cool. It was really neat stuff. So we have Pac. He comes back with this avalanche pile driver and just slams this poor guy down. And he's rocked. He's already dazed. And Pac's had enough of this. He goes in, he sets in the brutalizer, and Yuta taps. He's done. He's had enough. He sets this in, and he has like the meanest, dirtiest look. And I think the brutalizer is the perfect name for it. It's kind of hard to see in that picture, but if you zoom in, he just has the dirtiest, meanest look. Pac is a bastard, man. It's like it's awesome. I love him so much. So yeah, we have some more. So Pac is too good. Yeah, man. He is stout. He's got a Muay Thai background, I believe. He sets in those kicks, and he is tough. I've seen him land a few beautiful broken arrows that were just flawless. Guy's got a lot of skill. I enjoy watching him. I used to call him lats. He's all lats, man. His lats poke out so far, he can like glide away. It's pretty funny. Good stuff. But yeah, it's some really fun stuff. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, guys. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments. We have a lot coming in. You guys are awesome. So Joseph, brutalizer equals modified rings of Saturn. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean, brutalizer is a great name for it because that's exactly what he did to this poor young guy. So definitely some cool stuff. Now the next backstage. That's what happened right after this match. So we cut to backstage. We see Cole, and he's with Red Dragon and Young Bucks, and they're curious, like, oh, who you're gonna pick, which way you're gonna go, and he ends up choosing, excuse me, yeah, he ends up choosing the Red Dragons to be his partners for next week. So he's like the Young Bucks are kind of pissed. They're like, yeah, well, whatever, we didn't want to anyway. We weren't going to. I think they told him that first. It was like, you can't fire me, I quit kind of thing. They got to him first. So a bit of a surprise. I was expecting, somebody else, somebody new to AEW because they love doing that, right, guys? Surprising us. But then right after this, we see some huge news. So we have FTR. They're being interviewed. And they're asked, what are your plans? The last couple of title matches you've had, you haven't won. And Dax goes on to explain, it's like, hey, you just focusing on my family, and that's what's most important. And right after this, so Blanchard, he comes out, he says, Blanchard comes in. He says, hey, you need to start focusing on winning championships. That's what's most important. When I came in, that's what we were focusing on. What happened? And I mean, Dax steps up real quick. They kind of face off. They get face to face, and they kind of try to separate it a little bit. But FTR says, no, we're about our family, and you're not in it. You're fired. They hit him with the apprentice. You're fired. So big. That's kind of crazy. Blanchard's out. So we heard rumors this morning. Lady J kind of speculated. It's like, oh, maybe Bret Hart's coming in. Right after the match last night, Dax tweeted, is like, Hart, what's up? Like something like that. So Joseph, it was a shocker to me, but didn't expect Truly being fired. Yeah. Me either. I was shocked. I did not see that coming. When he was kind of getting into Dax, I was like, yeah, he's got a little bit of a point, Your job is to win, get some championships. So I was pretty shocked. But like I just alluded to, Lady J called it first on Fight Kitties. Maybe Bret Hart's coming. That'd be pretty cool. I'd love to see that. So Keith, problems between FDR and Blanchard. Yeah, drama. But like I said at the beginning of this episode, guys, this was a big episode. Not only was it some great matches, but there's some breaks and fractions and some new directions. So I think it was the Bucks who are Hangman's tag team partners next week. Oh no, I mean he told Dark Order it's going to be Jurassic Express. So they wanted a piece of Young Bucks. That's why they volunteered. So yeah, and then Cole kind of threw us all for a loop and chose Red Dragon. So yeah, I don't think he is. Blanchard is out. So let's see. I'd love to see Hart come in. So that'd be some cool stuff. So what's up after this? So in the center ring, this is the next big news, guys. I know we've all been talking about it. Guys, Joseph, Keith, I've seen your comments. This is it. I wanted to hold on to them. So we see, Hardy and the rest of the goons on Andrade, Butcher, and 2.0 is there. Yeah. So all of them, or not 2.0. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting all twisted. I'm reading comments and all kinds of stuff. Bear with me. I apologize. So we see the rest of them, and Hardy pretty much tells them, like, hey, this partnership's done. And Andrade's like, what do you mean? Where's your suit? He kind of calls him out on not wearing a suit. And Hardy comes back and he's like, hey, every time I put that suit on, I turned into an asshole like you. And we kind of see a little bit of a beef back and forth. And Hardy goes, he's like, hey, I'm going to put it to a vote. Private Party, my boys right here, they're not going to turn on me. They're not going to do that. They got me. So they put it to a vote. Thumbs up, keep them, let them out. Thumbs out, thumbs down, get them out. Put it up. And at first, Private Party, thumbs up. They got him. And then they turned on him right behind his back, just put a big thumbs down, stabbed him in the back. So that was it. Done. Hardy's out. He gets attacked. So no more Hardy family office. This is done. He's getting beat up. It's just Hardy in there getting destroyed by Blade and Butcher. And then Darby and Sting, they come out and just kind of help save the day. They're like, no, we can't do this. We got to help out. And Sting's kind of like that silent. Oh, that's so that's Jeff Hardy coming out right after. So, and right after the fight, Sting's in there trying to clean up. It's still not enough. And then, bam, Jeff Hardy comes out. Big news. The Hardy Boys are back. Yeah, look at me. He came out with just so much fire and pizzazz. You could tell he loved it. I can't wait to get in there and whoop some ass. So it was some great stuff. He comes in, evens the odds. You see Twist of Fate. The Swanton Bomb comes in, cleans house, and the whole Andrade crew is sent out. So biggest pop of the night right there. Yeah, huge news. I told you guys I was saving it. So some good stuff. And then you see like Darby and Sting, they square off with the Hardy Boys and they're kind of staring each other down. And it's like, what's going on here? Are we going to get to see a tag team match with the Hardy Boys, Darby and Sting? That would be cool. So I'd love to see this. Yeah, it was Andrade's family office. Thank you guys. Yeah. So it's squashed. It's done. It's all Andre's now. So that was some big news, some big news. And Sting has been doing great, man. Sting is kind of like the silent grandpa that doesn't say anything, but is the first one to put you in line if you step out of line. He'll straighten you out real quick. That that Sting and Darby, man, they came in to save the day. Some cool stuff. But yeah, right after this, we come back from break, commercial break, and Wardlow is center ring and he's talking to Tony. And Wardlow has earned his title shot. If you didn't see that ladder match, definitely check that out. So he's out there and he's talking. So Tony's kind of interviewing him and he's talking to him and he's asking, you know, so what are your plans? You know, obviously you're still under contract with MJF. What's going on? So Wardlow says, yeah, I'm tired of making other people's dreams come true. It's time to focus on mine. And good for him. You know, and he asks forgiveness for working with such trash as MJF. And he kind of tells us some of his backstory. He grew up very poor, and he had a very tough life. And I get that. It's never easy coming from the bottom up. It takes a lot of work. You have to earn everything you get. And he got an opportunity with MJF and he earned a lot of money. And it's tough, man. Those golden handcuffs are real. It's happened to me. And he just needed to do what he had to for his family. And he stepped in and he regrets it, but he is where he is because of MJF. And he kind of thanks him for that. And then he goes on to say, he's like, but nobody deserves to get a slap in the face. Nobody gets disrespected like that. And I agree with him. He goes on to say, it's like, no matter what's real is what I need to do for myself and what I'm going to do for my family. So it's a really, really cool moment. I don't blame him for stepping back. We all knew this was coming. He's been doing great. And I'm happy to see this. You know, Wardlow's been doing fantastic. And I really don't, but after that slap in the face, if you guys missed that, I'm surprised he didn't beat that ass right then and there. Powerbomb him to death. I mean, paycheck or not, contract or not. So who cares? So, like I said, this is going to be a great run for Wardlow. I'm a huge fan of him. He did a great job in that ladder match. If you guys didn't see it, definitely check that one out. Let's see what he does with this run. He's got his title shot, so good for him. And then right after this, we go backstage and we see QT Marshall, and he's talking to Keith Lee. And he tells QT tells him, he's like, hey, you know, you can join the factory. The factory's always got your back. We're there for you. And Keith is just kind of stoic. He's just kind of staring like, well, I have a pretty large back, so no thanks. And just walks off. It was great. It was good stuff. I was kind of laughing. I was like, well, good for you. I don't know what QT Marshall's gonna do. You know, he's still trying to hold on to a job, I imagine, after getting his butt whooped by Hook. But like as Keith's walking away, he tells him, he's like, you'll regret this, and giving him like open idol threats. Like, who cares? You know. But for our next match, we get to see Jurassic Express versus the Acclaim. And the Acclaim, they come out, they have with their wraps, and they burn Jungle Boy pretty good. It's like you something about how he's never seen boobs. He's got all this hair on his head, but he can't grow pubes. And even Cage turned over to Jungle Boy, and you can see him whisper, and I know he whispers like, dude, you don't have any pubes? I just know he was smiling. It was funny stuff. And Acclaim, there's some clowns. They're always fun. Sometimes they get some good bars, some good rhymes. And tonight they definitely kind of burned them a little bit. It was good stuff. It was definitely good stuff. But Jungle Boy and Caster, they face off first. And Caster takes this mean Hurricane Rana for all of his jokes and just gets slung around the ring. But the Acclaim, they get the upper hand in the beginning part of this match. Really just kind of double teaming Jungle Boy and keeping Luchasaurus out, which kind of seems to be the best tactic. Really keep that man from getting in the ring because he'll just destroy everybody. And Jungle Boy's hanging in there. He gets a couple moves, but the Acclaim are known for not only their good tag team work, but also their dirty tactics. So they know how to work the ref. They know how to get in those dirty shots without getting caught. So Luchasaurus, he finally comes in fresh and he just cleans house, man. He is just laying the Acclaim out. One's going this way, another's going that way. It's craziness. It's good stuff. I love this guy. So uh yeah, Joseph, I hear you, man. The Acclaim raps are pretty lame, but every now and then they're funny. It's a hit or miss, you know. So but outside of the ring, the Luchasaurus, he gets like he runs in, he comes back in with like this big head bash off the with his legs, and then does like this massive moonsault. And it's always cool seeing this big guy do a moonsault and just slaps this guy right on the back. I mean, it was Caster took this mean chop right to the back. Our entire arena heard it. And then Caster, hits the mic drop. But the Lucha, you know, the big Lucha guy, he broke this up. He's like, I'm not gonna let this cover happen. Comes in, and Jungle Boy gets in. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, here's the picture. Yeah. He comes in, they do that great little ladder up the rope, spins around, hits the cutter, takes out Caster, and it was fantastic. Just clotheslined him right off and got the 3 count. So they retained their championship, and it was some good stuff. I really, really enjoyed that one. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy are some great tag team, and or they're a great tag team. And the Acclaim, they're good, man. I like them. They're getting better. They're both really strong. So there's some good stuff coming from them. And I'm not surprised that Jurassic Express took the win. So some good stuff. Now for the next fight card, we have a title shot for Layla Hirsch. She's going up against Thunder Rosa. That's one of Lexi's girls. She likes Thunder Rosa a lot. Now, Layla's been on fire, and Thunder Rosa, she comes out pumped. I mean, just full of confidence. She's ready to tear it up. But Layla, she's on a run right now. If you've been following her, she started off in dark, and she's just shot up really quick. She's got a ton of talent. She's legit, for real. That's a great name for her. So Layla gets the first takedown and really shows us her wrestling background and skill. Some awesome counters, and just like floats through these reversals, floats out of the armbar if it lets go, floats into a rear naked. I mean, just some really good stuff, some great wrestling. And for the most of the commercial break, Hirsch was just working Thunder Rosa all the way through. And I've said it before, guys, when you're watching it, it's neat that they have the picture in picture, but you have to mute the commercials and just focus on the wrestling, because sometimes you see some really good stuff. And Hirsch was just handing Thunder a butt whooping, man. But I think it was an arm lock that she ended up slipping out of Thunder Rosa, and she was just this close to getting tagged out, man. It was really close. But Thunder Rosa, she landed a beautiful Thunderlight suplex and then just lands right into a bridge. But Layla, she answered with a suplex of her own. See, there's that bridge. It was just picture perfect. Love that. Hirsch came right back. She's quick to recover. And she tried to get the turnbuckle like Hirsch. She's outside of the ring. She's trying to get the turnbuckle again. And that's how she beat Statlander on Sunday. If you watched the buy-in, the pre-show for the pay-per-view on Sunday, she was there. That's how she beat her. She clocked her when the ref wasn't looking. So she tried this nonsense again, but Red Velvet came in, stopped this. Like, nope, I'm getting some payback for my girl last week, Statlander. So Thunder Rosa, she comes in and she was able to lock in the Thunder Pile Driver, which was just beautiful. And she had to work to get this out. Like I said, most of this match, Hirsch was pretty much whooping on her. And Thunder Rosa really worked to get that in, nailed it, and it was just done after that. I mean, Layla could not kick out. She did a great job. It was one hell of a fight from Layla Hirsch. She did a really, really good job. I was impressed with her. So after the match, Tony announces that Thunder Rosa will get her title shot, and it's going to be a steel cage match. So we won't have to worry about any of those shenanigans from Britt Baker. Let's see. This week begins what I call Rosa's revenge. San Antonio will be the conclusion. Good. Let's put that in the prediction list. I'll have to mention it to Tijan. We have like a prediction bucket we're dropping all this in. So we'll see who's right. Maybe if the fight fans get it right, we'll give you guys some swag or something. So I love the theories, guys. We'll see. She's definitely coming back with vengeance, and she's on a run. So, and I think the fact that she's going to be able to get her match against Britt Baker in a cage, so we don't have to worry about any of the nonsense with her goons. Um, I think that's going to be great. And Thunder Rosa could not be happier. She was elated. She was so happy. It was great. I'm happy for her. And then right after that, we do see a quick promo with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter and Rebel back there, and she pretty much just does her normal smack talk. I pretty much tune her out. She says the same smack talk over and over. It's like a broken record. Not really a fan of her. Her reign needs to end, and Thunder Rosa needs to smash her, uh, or actually fight Cargill. How about that? A real competitor. Anyway, um, get it. So Joseph, the end of the road for Britt. Amen. I'm ready for it. I'm done with that. Shut that mouth up. Her and Cole. So let's see. Now we have the main event. This was a great match, guys. You want to see some heart from Sammy Guevara? Watch this match. I mean, you can just tell he loves what he does. He really does. So he's going up against Scorpio Sky, and this is the title shot for the TNT Championship. And Scorpio is going into this not losing a match in 364 days. That's a real record. That's a lot of confidence going into this. And Sammy's still beat up from Sunday. He's got bandages on. And I mean, these guys are coming just 2 days after Revolution, and they're out here wrestling. It's crazy. I mean, I'm so impressed with these guys. I mean, just think about how sore they have to be. But Sammy, he comes in hard and fast, not playing around, true Sammy fashion, and he's just coming out ablaze. I mean, it's some good stuff. Now, this match ended up outside of the ring pretty quick, and Sammy's the first one to pull out the tables. He's setting it up. He's not playing any games. He wants to put this one away fast. So he's like, I want to go. I'm sore. I'm ready for food. Let's go. I want this. Made one big mistake, and it was his downfall. Yes. Unfortunately, Joseph, yes, this is true. So he pulled out the table. He keeps tossing Scorpio into the railings multiple times. He's done. He's dazed. He's trying to get a breath. Sammy puts him on top of the table. He's just laying there trying to get a breath. And Sammy takes his sweet ass time getting up onto the top post. And he's just like working up the crowd. I'm crazy, man. I'm crazy, with this smile and all that. Goes for the 336 senton flip. That's it right there. And of course, Scorpio had enough time. He saw this coming and dips out of the way just in time. And Sammy destroys this table. Nobody's home. It's just him. He flips into this table bad and just destroys it. He pulled the table out, all that, hype and stuff for the crowd. And then that's your outcome, man. Like Joseph said, one big mistake that it messed up the whole night. So Taikante, his girlfriend, and it's legit now. You heard from Lady J. They got tattoos of each other's arms, real classy. Pulling a Tommy and Pamela thing, I guess. But anyway, she comes running out trying to check on him, and they go right to commercial break. And it's the whole commercial break. It's a good 2 minutes, and the refs are checking him out. She's giving him kisses, trying to bring him back, come on, come on, come on. And they end up walking up the ramp, trying to go backstage. And halfway up, Sammy, he's like, nope, 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 nope. And he turns around, he gets back into the ring, and he's just fighting to stay up. He comes in, throws a couple big haymakers, and Scorpio Sky just makes light work of him. He starts whooping up on this guy. Sammy's barely holding together. He's falling apart. And he comes, Scorpio Sky, he sets in the backbreaker, but not once, not twice, but a third, 3 backbreakers. And every time he does one, he just goes in his ear talking S and he's just wearing him down. So he's tearing up his ribs, he's tearing up his back, and he's getting at him mentally, trying to make him quit, trying to get him out of here. And, somehow after the third backbreaker, Sammy kicks out. And I'm just like, oh my God, kid, you are crazy. You're putting your body through hell. Trust me, you're gonna feel that, man. Yeah, he's gonna be falling apart at 40 unless anyway. So this after these nasty backbreakers, somehow Sammy landed this big springboard cutter and then the GTH. Daniel, what's up, man? I've seen your comments. Yeah, if Guevara doesn't wise up, he's going to be paralyzed before he's 30. That's what I was just saying, man. I did so when I was younger, Jackass was a big movie and I played a lot of contact sports. I'm only 32, going to be 33, and dude, I'm not looking forward to 50, 60, man. So Sammy Guevara, bless your heart, man. Quit while you're ahead. At least he's making money. I destroyed my shit for fun. Keith, what's up? 1 backbreaker is painful enough. 2 and 3, I know. And he's like I said, he's still coming off of Sunday where he hurt himself. And then not only that, before the backbreakers, he was still getting tagged. I mean, Scorpio was rocking him with combinations, man. And then, like I said, somehow Sammy, he still pulls somehow pulls some more out of the tank, hits a springboard cutter, and then the GTH. And it's just all he can do to muster to get this stuff in. You can tell it's lacking. He can't get it. He doesn't have the strength there. He's exhausted. He's hurt. Sammy, he goes for the moonsault right after this. And you're thinking like, wow, how's this kid going to win? And you can see it right there. Look closely. Scorpio Sky, he gets his knees up. And Sammy just like he hits his knees right on his back and he's done. Man. And outside of the ring, you see Taikante, she's trying to stop Paige from interfering because they got to get some nonsense in. It's American Top Team, Anyway, so she's trying to interfere. And then Paige Van Zant, she shows up and jumps Taikante. And was like, no, and starts like talking I'm sure they bleeped most of that stuff out. She was talking all kinds of ass. Now she's real. She's a legit fighter. So Taikante and her, they're kind of, that's going to be a good one. So Sammy's distracted. He's like, oh no, my girlfriend, I still want kisses. He's not, no ring awareness. And Sky finishes us up, takes the match, big finisher, spins him around for this slam. And we have a brand new TNT champion. Scorpio Sky got the pin. He is the new champion. Sammy he's going to be going home with a lot to think about. Hopefully he takes this as a learning opportunity. It humbles him a bit and he can come back even better than he was before. So I'm cool with it. I'm ready for a new one. Scorpio Sky's fantastic. He's a great fighter. So good for him. He deserves this. This was a cool win. And it was kind of time for this to switch over, especially after Cody Rhodes practically handed him the other title. So after the match, Van Zant, she comes back into the ring. She's still throwing Taikante. She hits her with like this spinning back heel kick, knocks her out. She falls onto her boyfriend. And then she signs the contract on Taikante's booty. It's just like even more disrespect. I mean, this is going to be a banger, guys. This one's going to be really, really good. So definitely check this one out. So yeah, Daniel. Yeah, unfortunately, rolled my car in a ditch at 16. What Jackass came on years later, people doing craziness, willingness, could only think of why. Yeah, so I was 17 and I was in a car that rolled. Same thing, herniated, ruptured disc. But I was like 6th grade doing that stuff, jumping into bushes and the carts and stuff. And you guys know that. You've seen Jackass. But what wrecked my back was a bad accident. So I feel you, man. It's not fun. Hang in there. Yoga helps. Trust me. Joseph, they'll drag out Van Zant stuff, which I agree with. She isn't going to be she's going to be better than Rousey. Oh, I agree. This beef is going to be fantastic. I think she's a great fighter. she's pretty much, I wouldn't say washed up. She's a great fighter. She'd beat my ass. I'm gonna be 100% legit, or be honest with you. I'm not lying or anything. But I think like this is going to be a really good one. Taekwondo has that Brazilian jiu-jitsu background. She has titles and championships of her own and accolades of her own. And this Van Zant's the real deal. I mean, and so is American Top Team or Top. Excuse me, I'm a little tongue tied. So they're coming in. ATT's taking over AEW, man. So this is going to be some good stuff. I'm happy for the future. Like I said, guys, this was a great episode. It had a lot of stuff going on. Definitely check it out. I hit the recap as best as I could, but this was just a great episode. So, and guys, let's get into the ratings. So here at Take It to the Ring, we like to give each fight card a fight card rating. And you guys chime in. Let me know what your ratings are too on this episode. So we have 5 for Fight Forever. We got 4, This Is Awesome. 3, You Still Got It. And then 2 is The What? And then 1, Boring. Worst of all, don't even bother watching it. Watch us. We're going to be way better. So this episode, in my opinion, earned a solid 4. This was an awesome episode. This is awesome. I love what AEW is doing. It's just nonstop action. They keep it going. They're switching it up. It's constantly fresh. They have so many people on the roster. We can never get bored. Every single week, it's good. And the dark matches are really good too. So guys, check those out too. Yeah, let's get into some more comments. Let me see what you guys think. We'll wait a few minutes. But this whole match was great. Yeah, Joseph, all in, great post, Dynamite show. Yeah, it was a good one for sure. 4.5 from Joseph, great show. Yeah, it earned a 4, guys. It was a great episode, really. Ham sandwich out of 5. Oh man, I love it. Ham sandwich, why not? I love me a ham sandwich. A little bit of mustard, do it right. So that's it for this episode, fight fans. Make sure you click the link below, like, share, subscribe, tell all of your friends, and check out our sweet merch. We got some cool Fight Kitty stuff too. And if you haven't seen the Fight Kitties with Lexi and Lady J, definitely check them out. They keep you up to date on the latest Twitter drama going on. And you know, if it's on Twitter, it's got to be true. So definitely check them out. I'll be doing NXT UK tomorrow. So Lexi, hopefully she'll tune in for that one as well. And wish her some thoughts and prayers. Hope you feel better. Until next time, it's Billy here. Don't stop believing.